into summer. Get a tan, not a burn, with inventive sunscreens.
Protecting all of our skin.
Boldly take on the outdoors with trailblazing gear. Whip up a side dish that's the main attraction.
It's the total showstopper.
And be the boss of the pool on radical floats.
Peace out.
But first, the behaviors that cost time and money when traveling.
While that meter's running, they're making money.
That's at the top of our list right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Shagun Adulowu.
And I'm Christina Guerrero. The official start of summer is on Sunday, so we are getting you ready with a special show we're calling Spring into Summer.
Let's start with one of the things people associate the most with the season, traveling.
Yeah, in between the photo ops and great meals, there can be a lot of stress and overstimulation.
But Jimmy Rhodes says there are explanations for what's going on in our brains when we're away from home.
A look at why our travel habits can make us go haywire. It's our featured story at the top of the list.
At its best, travel broadens your horizons. At its worst, travel changes you into an unrecognizable monster who will kill for a foil bag containing 6 mini pretzels.
One of the reasons why we feel uncomfortable when we travel is because we're used to a specific set of rules that guide our interactions with one another.
Economist Dr. Charity Joy Acciardo says travel can skew those unwritten rules of human behavior.
When those rules change, we don't necessarily know the information that's being passed back and forth.
So we're sorting out the economics of travel behavior. Let's start with every airport's monument to man's inhumanity to man, the luggage carousel. Everyone rushes to where the luggage comes out.
That doesn't leave room for anyone else, so they have to take the spot next to you and then the spot next to that person until you're all the way around the carousel.
Economists have a name for this kind of situation.
That's called a tragedy of the commons.
Nobody owns space at the carousel, so it's a free-for-all for position.
Everybody does what's best for them without thinking what's best for the group.
Economics suggests a better strategy.
So what really makes sense efficiency-wise is to stand back a few feet, and when your piece of luggage comes in, move up to the front, take it away quickly, and allow room for somebody else to come in and get their luggage.
Next, they're still around, so let's talk taxis, which have a crucial problem. You and the driver have misaligned incentives because while you want a fast, cheap ride,
they have an incentive to keep you in that cab for as long as possible because while that meter's running, they're making money. And this problem has a name. It's called moral hazard.
Uber addresses moral hazard by agreeing to the price ahead of time. At a conference, a taxi ride cost Charity Joy 30 minutes and a lot of money. The same ride in an Uber?
The driver took me the back routes. It took 5 minutes to get to my hotel.
Because the incentives between her and the driver were in alignment. Finally, let's look at a quirk of Airbnb. Most people search by ratings.
They say, oh, this has 500 5-star ratings. It has to be a good place.
When Charity Joy stayed at a 5-star dump, she took a closer look.
What I saw was they didn't have reviews all the time. So they were constantly booked, but the reviews came in once every few months or so.
Airbnb guests and hosts can decline to book in either direction. And because a 5-star rating is so crucial, hosts have an incentive.
Hey, when we look at people that might be renting our place, we don't look at what other hosts have said about them. What we look at is what they have said about other hosts, because that's what's going to matter to me and my Airbnb.
Economists call this game theory.
And this is actually a very classic prisoner's dilemma.
Meaning individuals have incentives to make choices that might hurt the group.
An Airbnb host's dominant strategy is to rent to people who write good reviews.
So that's a key disparity to check.
Hey, this person hasn't had a lot of reviews, even though they have a lot of bookings. That's a red flag for me.
Economic insights to travel are at the top of the list.
While summer brings swimming, sandals, and sandcastles, it can also bring skin damage. Hattie D. Jamal found some innovative SPF products to help you save your skin.
When we think of sunscreen, we pretty much all get the same idea.
We think of thick, white, greasy cream that we put on, and it's just not comfortable for everyday wear.
But that's changed for good. Emily Foley is a beauty and style expert who's introducing us to a group of innovative SPF products you should know about.
There are things that we might not have necessarily thought before, but I am going to share them with you today because they make protecting all of our skin so much easier.
Our list begins with the coolest scalp and hair mist.
It's so ingenious because it's SPF 30 and it's meant to protect your scalp and your hair from the sun.
The spray will protect this often forgotten area without weighing down the hair or leaving it looking greasy.
And the other thing is our hair color. The sun's rays can really damage and bleach out the color in our hair. So this is also going to protect our hair color from the sun as well.
You can find it on the Kula website for $26. Moving on to the Color Science Sunforgettable Total Protection Color Bombs.
These are such innovative products. They come in 3 colors and they're total multi-use.
These bombs can be applied to the lips or cheeks, giving you a pop of color like cosmetics would, and
they have SPF 50 in them, which is so important.
You can find them on the Color Science website for $30 each. Next on our list of innovative SPFs, the Ulta Beauty Facial Setting Spray.
One of the huge problems for people who wear makeup is how do you reapply sunscreen during the day? How can you reapply sunscreen over your makeup?
The spray is applied after makeup, and not only will it help keep it in place, but it'll also help you retouch it throughout the day.
You spray it on, it smells great, and it gives you that wonderful SPF 50 protection.
It's available on Ulta's website for $12.99. Finally, the Pacifica Mineral Bronzing Sunscreen.
As someone who is very devoted to sunscreen, I typically do not have a tan, which is a good thing, but sometimes I do want that beautiful, glowy bronze in the summer.
This product will give you that with the added benefits of SPF 30.
I use it every time I go to the pool or the beach all summer long because I am getting that sunscreen protection, but it also makes me look like I have a tan.
Find it on the Pacifica website for $16. And now you can step into summer with the best in innovative SPF.
Last year, many of us began to see our backyards as an oasis of calm and recreation, and our love for upgrading them has continued. So we were checking out the latest backyard trends.
Beaches, campgrounds, resorts, and cruise ships. It's summertime, and while many are looking to retreat, others are creating that getaway experience in their backyard.
Everybody wants a backyard oasis to go out to, either to attract you individually, your family, or even a hangout zone for your family and friends.
Outdoor living guy Micah Dennis fills us in on 3 of this year's summer backyard trends. Starting with eats and treats.
A pizza oven's going to go right in hand with just summertime hangout.
High-end pizza ovens will get you that restaurant quality pie, but so will other options.
There's lots of different shapes and sizes when it comes to pizza ovens. Do-it-yourself pizza ovens are very simple.
A simple yet effective wood-fired pizza oven can be made by stacking bricks and cement slabs, making room for a vent that will allow the heat from your fire to cook your pizza.
There's lots of different versions of those on YouTube and other places that you can find.
And retro metal coolers make for chilled drinks and fun conversation pieces. Next up, entertainment.
The oversized games that you would play as on the inside are being taken outside and complementing those more traditional outdoor games.
Get playful with the classics like Mega Chess by The Grill and Giant Jenga on the lawn. And don't forget the popcorn, because when the sun goes down, it's movie time.
Movie screens are very, very, very popular right now. The projectors are inexpensive enough these days where you can have a really nice outdoor movie for a very low budget.
You can shop around online or take Micah's recommendation.
There is one that we've used. It's called Elite Screens. You can bring it camping with you. You can bring it to your friend's house with you.
Our final backyard trend, time to chill out in your Zen zone.
If you have a little oasis in the corner, even like with a tree or several trees or just a private area, I would strongly consider that little getaway garden over there.
A getaway garden is a garden space with a sitting area for that much needed me time.
I kind of consider it like a little getaway garden with a water feature, kind of a meditation, peaceful space.
Fancify your Zen zone with a granny pod.
The granny pod is going to give you a whole nother kind of hangout room, and it's right in the garden. So oftentimes there's lots of windows, and it's more controlled environment. So if it's a rainy day, you can still be in your garden space.
3 ways to find fun and relaxation in the backyard. Up next, summer barbecue sides made easy peasy.
It's light, it's refreshing.
Including a salsa the whole crowd will dip into. Plus, new gear to add excitement to your outdoor excursions. And blow up your summer on the year's wildest pool floats.
Now man's best friend is floated right beside you in the pool.
Spring into summer continues next.
Welcome back to our Spring into Summer show. Now, if you're celebrating the season by reuniting with loved ones, why not remind them why they missed you so much? Talking about food, Teresa Strasser has 3 bombshell side dishes to bring to your next cookout.
Summer means barbecue season is here. We spoke with chef and author of the low-carb Mediterranean cookbook, Michelle Dudash, to learn 3 easy sides to bring to your next cookout. First up, a burrata cheese platter.
Burrata cheese is basically a ball of mozzarella with a creamy, oozy center. So when you cut it open, it's this total showstopper.
In addition to burrata, for this simple platter, you'll need balsamic vinegar, honey,
Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and fresh basil. Sprinkle it with some almonds.
but first, prep your burrata.
This burrata cheese has liquid in the container, so you need to drain that off. Otherwise, you're gonna have a big mess.
Toss your strawberries with balsamic vinegar and honey.
They're all saucy and juicy.
And add everything to the platter.
And now for the finale. We cut into the burrata. We have this oozy center.
Next, Michelle's Greek 7-layer hummus dip.
It's light, it's refreshing, and we're getting protein and vegetables.
Pick your favorite hummus, spread it on a platter, and layer it with
feta cheese. Get the crumbled by sliced Kalamata olives. We have oregano, diced cucumber, cherry tomatoes that are quartered.
Slice some scallions and sprinkle them on top. This colorful recipe looked so good. Finally, fresh watermelon salsa.
The salsa is so refreshing and hydrating. It's great for a poolside snack.
To whip this up, grab
red onion, chili powder, lime juice, jalapeno, watermelon, cilantro, or you can use parsley.
Before combining, sprinkle your watermelon with salt.
Now what the salt will do is draw the juices out of the watermelon. So we'll let this sit for 20 minutes.
Add the remaining ingredients and enjoy.
It's like this pop of juiciness, sweet from the watermelon, spicy jalapenos. The lime juice gives it a nice pop.
We're keeping cooking to a minimum with easy barbecue sides.
If you're planning on doing some camping this summer, Jimmy Rhodes has 3 ingenious products that could be a breath of fresh air on your next outdoor excursion. That's on the buzz list. Jimmy.
Thanks. If you're ready to explore the great outdoors, these camping products look like great upgrades for your nature gear. Coming in at number 1, Vessel Camp Supplies, a $135 set of compact outdoor utility tools.
All perfectly organized into 8 neatly labeled screw-top containers and housed inside an indestructible, waterproof LED light.
It's like the ultimate camping multi-tool, packing a compass, first aid kit, fire starter, fishing kit, candle, wire saw. We could go on and on.
It'll be the best thing you put in your backpack this year.
And their latest offering, the $150 Vessel Java, lets you make a cup of joe while you're on the go.
Vessel Java is a high-end constructed, ultra-durable, all-in-one hand grinder designed for the modern adventurer.
These are available at vsslgear.com. And coming in at number 2, Jetboil Stash, what's said to be the lightest backpacking stove ever made.
The Stash is 40% lighter than any other Jetboil stove system. It weighs just 7.1 ounces or 200 grams.
It uses a high-performance propane tank and heating ring to get water boiling in 2.5 minutes.
Now that means that the Stash is part of the fast boil category of stoves, which means it's best for things like freeze-dried meals or coffee and tea on the trail.
Just attach a can of their jet power fuel and spark it up. Place the pot on top and you're ready to get cooking.
The cook pot also has handy measurement lines on the inside, and it's the perfect size for the majority of backpacking meals.
You can find this one on jetboil.com for $130. And if it's sold out, don't worry. It's sold in tons of stores nationwide as well. And the third piece of innovative camping gear on our list is a place to take shelter. The Cave is an inflatable, weatherproof tent that's extremely strong.
We are very excited to change the way you look at outdoor products. We believe we achieved that with our inflatable tents.
Thanks to its geodesic dome construction, the tent can withstand over 80-mile-per-hour winds. And it goes from flat to fully pumped in only 16 seconds. But pitching this tent is pricey. It's going for around $800 at various sites online. Products that'll make camping feel more like glamping on the buzz list. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
You want the most out of life, and thelisttv.com is your one place to find it all. From money-saving hacks to great family vacations to mouth-watering recipes and the latest lifestyle trends. Get what's new, what's now, and what's next. thelisttv.com.
Friends, we are back with our Spring into Summer show. Now, a huge part of summer fun is music, and if you want to combine a day at the pool or a ride in a rag top with a trip down memory lane, well, we've got your perfect 80s Summer Jam playlist on the Hot List.
What does every summer need? Sunshine, the beach, and of course, the right music.
80s music feels like perfect for right now. We're all looking to get out, we're craving nostalgia, so it seems just like the perfect vibe to add to your boppy summer playlist.
Jay Donovan, host of Apple Music Hits, takes us back to the decade to bring you 4 songs every 80s Summer Jam playlist needs.
Even if you think you don't know 80s music, guaranteed there's songs on here you're gonna know and love.
Our list begins with a classic by The Human League, Don't You Want Me?
Don't you want me, baby?
The Human League, I mean, one of the greatest, I would say, biggest bands of the 80s.
This song is their best known and most successful. It spent 3 weeks at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in the summer of '82.
Such a cool, purely 80s vibe.
Let's move on to a single by Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's got himself a girl and I wanna make her mine.
Jesse's Girl is one of those iconic 80s gorgeous songs that you throw on and all of a sudden everyone is screaming. All of a sudden every single person wants to know where they can get a girl just like her.
It's the song that earned Springfield both his first #1 single in the US and his first Grammy. The next 80s jam that's a summer playlist must, Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
It's just such a fun, classically 80s song.
It was the first single released by the duo in the US, and just last year it earned a spot on the Grammy Hall of Fame.
They put the lyrics together and boom, they had this smash hit.
Our list wraps up with Whitney Houston's I Wanna Dance With Somebody.
Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance With Somebody is so happy and warm, and I mean, it was such a bright, cool time in her life.
She earned a Grammy for this song, and it was also her 4th #1 single in the US.
The song is just irresistible.
Adding the sound of the 80s to your summer playlist on the Hot List. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our Spring into Summer show. Time to get back in that pool and party. And we're ready to blow the place up with some of the season's wildest pool floats.
Summer's here and the pool is open. And to help you make a splash, we're taking a deep dive on this year's coolest pool floats. Powering to our top spot is the Pool Candy Splash Runner 2.5, a motorized float that'll have you cruising like a boss.
How can you beat a float that actually lets you move?
This bad boy is powered by twin motors, each operating on 6D batteries, and can propel anyone weighing up to 300 pounds at a speed of 3 miles per hour. Each motor can spin 360 degrees so you can move in any direction you like at the push of a button. You can find it floating around Leslie's Pool Supplies and online for $229.
What's up, dog?
Paddling into our second spot is the Giant Dog Float. This massive beast can hold more than 400 pounds, enough to carry at least a few kids.
Man's best friend is a giant dog float.
Find it online for about $29. Next up is the first-class super soft foam pool noodle from World of Water Sports. The construction is much beefier than those dollar store pool noodles. It holds up to 300 pounds and the cover is both UV and pool chemical resistant. It's available online for about 40 bucks. Before we say peace out, we'll wrap with the Floatastic USA Peace Pool Float. This patriotic peace sign is 6 feet long and the company says it's made from extra thick, long-lasting vinyl, but includes a patch kit just in case.
Peace out.
It's available online for about $30. For links to these floats, swim on over to thelisttv.com. Making waves all summer long with cool pool floats.
So, Shagun, exactly what kind of work goes into prepping for a story like that?
Well, Christine, I'm glad you asked. You know, it's endless amounts of research on buoyancy, craftsmanship, trends in pool floats, and of course, two-a-days at the gym.
Naturally.
Naturally. Thanks for watching The List. We'll see you next time.